The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
We had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike. It almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Shotgun snap to Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. He's going to have the first down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Purdy on 1st down. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Purdy works out of the pistol. He's got the tight end, Luke Farrell. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a 1st down.
He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. Again in the air for Purdy. A throw on the run is complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. A play fake. Now it's Purdy. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Javon Holland, tight coverage, and he's able to break that one up. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. A lengthy opening drive. Now comes to this. It is 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Niners will take a 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times, He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And we show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. As you can see, he's right up there among the best in the league. Downfield, he's got the big target, Jennings. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Ayuk makes the catch right side. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now it's McCaffrey. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag comes in. That might make this a first down. Let's go. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That one intercepted. Picked off by Drew Phillips.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Play action. Now, Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Out of the gun, here's Russ. Pass pulled in by Tracy. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
The 49ers offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things are getting a little tight with two. And he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line.
The offense's backs were already up against the wall, but after suffering that last sack, it's all but eliminated whatever breathing room they had left. And for the rest of this drive, they don't have much room for error at all.
From back near the goal line, it's Purdy. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down, and that brings up 4th down. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Niners have the early advantage. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jarrian Jones. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And he will get into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. It's his 4th touchdown on the year. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown. And, Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake, Purdy. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. From the gun, it's a give to McCaffrey. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Now Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That is caught. It's Robinson. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. 2nd and 11. Play action. Here's Purdy. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Micah McFadden.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Wilson lines up in the pistol. That's to Robinson. He's got it.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open. At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a 1st down.
Throwing again, Wilson. That's caught over the middle by Johnson. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one is caught by Robinson. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man is Robinson. And he's in. Wan'Dale Robinson. Touchdown, New York.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and End result is still a touchdown.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready to take over once more. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. In motion, it's Robinson. On 1st down, Wilson. Taken in right side by the tight end, Johnson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a 1st down to go with it. Wilson. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Russ. And they're going to get him a 2nd time. He goes down again. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this 2nd quarter. Here's Jamie Gillen on now as he's on to punt for the Giants. The Niners offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. Purdy now back near his goal line. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line. To throw on 1st down is Purdy. That's caught downfield by Robinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Ricky Pearsall, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd down. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the 49ers cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports Halftime Report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. The return starts from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Giants offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Now Russ. Throw left side. That's Johnson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. Wilson. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Wilson. He'll get this out wide. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Now a 3rd and 2. To throw again is Wilson. Open man, that's Slayton. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. And before the snap, we have a whistle. And this could very well be a false start. Again, Wilson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. 2nd down and 8. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
Wilson to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, Giants.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This taken at the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And the turnovers have really been the story here. Take you back through the high, or actually the lowlights in this one. Not a lot of positives when you have a 3-interception game under pressure all game long. The secondary feasting on his passes. Here's Purdy making the read and keeping it. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st, so it'll bring up 4th down. The 49ers out for the punt, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. And he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Automatic 1st down.
On the zone read, a give to Tracy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. This secondary will get a lot of the credit. 3 picks so far. But, Greg, the pass rush has been relentless. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. So they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. In motion, it's Robinson. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. The Niners have got it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Right back to Pearsall again. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Automatic 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the handoff, McCaffrey. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He'll manage only a couple. Kayvon Thibodeau with the stop. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third down. Purdy. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. They get 12 yards on that pass. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
A run here with McCaffrey. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Here's a 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Purdy. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. Moody's kick is good. And the Niners will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Giants offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And this could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many people around the league were expecting them to come in here and win, but they are on the verge of doing just that. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. He'll dodge one would-be tackler and wind up getting a nice gain of 6 on the play. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Tracy. 1st down and more to the 45. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a 1st down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his tight end. That's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. In motion, it's Robinson. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. They motion the slot man left. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. That's complete to... Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Giants has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. A first down throw for Purdy. Throw left side, complete to Pearsall. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy works out of the pistol. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Drew Phillips.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Giants offense make their way out to take over once more. And they look to finish it off here in the 4th. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. A carry here for Tracy. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports. After this, you've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up. The Giants sending out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Niners offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. No easy completions. And this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll stick with him again. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. This defense in desperate need of a stop, and here comes third down. They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That is brought in. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air. Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So a road win here for the Giants. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago, a game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.